What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, we finally made it here to Slateport City. Had a bit of a look around, but unfortunately the time limit got the best of us, and we weren't able to continue and, well, actually finish our tour. So we're just going to make a couple more stops before we check out what's going on with all the Team Aqua members off to the east. Let's head on in here first things first. This is the Name Rater. This is where you can actually change and or add the nicknames of your Pokemon. I am not going to be doing that because I've already nicknamed every Pokemon properly that I want to. But just in case you want to change nicknames, this is where you go, Slateport City. Next thing, Battle Tent. Now, before we go into the Battle Tent, I talk about what it is. In Ruby and Sapphire, this is the first contest hall. In Ruby and Sapphire, contest halls were actually spread throughout 4 different cities. However, they were not necessarily in the order of the contest that you're supposed to do. In fact, this, I believe, was the second contest hall. So you couldn't actually do anything here yet. You couldn't do anything until you got to Verdanturf Town. But the contest halls were basically organized in a way that organized at different difficulties. So basically, once you conquered a contest hall, with a certain Pokemon, then you could then move on to the next one, and the next one, and then to the final one, which was all the way in Lily Cove City. In this game, Lily Cove is the only place where contests take place. All of the different difficulties and levels and types of contests all take place in Lily Cove and Emerald, which more or less streamlines things. In this game, we have battle tents instead. Now, battle tents are kind of a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're kind of dumb and pointless, at least in this game. And the only reason I say that is because they're essentially supposed to be training grounds for something that is going to happen in the end game, something we'll unlock much later. So, like, for instance, let's talk about this place. So, welcome to Battle Tent Slateport style. I'm your guide to the Battle Swap Tournament. Would you like to take the Battle Swap Challenge? No, but we would like to learn about it. Here at the Slateport Battle Tent, we hold Battle Swap events using rental Pokemon. First, you'll be loaned 3 Pokemon specifically for this event. Using the supplied rental Pokemon, you must conduct a single battle. If you win, you are permitted to trade one of your rental Pokemon. Repeat this cycle of battling and trading. If you win 3 times in a row, you will earn a fine prize. The prize you can get from this is okay. I wouldn't really recommend. Like I said, kind of a waste of time. These are more so training grounds. Now, this first one is very easy and accessible because, again, you're being loaned Pokemon. You don't have to use your own Pokemon like you do in later battle tents. Now, the idea with the battle swap system is that every single time you want to swap Pokemon, even if they're not immediately apparent as an upgrade, you want to continue to swap Pokemon because the more you swap, the better the rental Pokemon that you're given a choice of become. So, once you start getting to the higher echelons of the battle tent, you will then have much, much better rental Pokemon at your disposal than what you started with. Not just talking about movesets, but also their IVs, EVs, everything about them will be better. So that makes your life a whole lot easier as you go through the tent. You just need to be constantly swapping out Pokemon and also weighing your options and using strategy that way. It's more about, strategically switching. Again, this is a training ground for a much later point in the game. We'll get to that when we get to it. The only thing of note here is this guy. So, I couldn't find myself any Pokemon that were, for me. So I figured, hey, I should file a complaint to the guy there. And he wouldn't hear me out. Hey, so, total bummer, man. Hey, you zip it, just, take this. And we've obtained TM41. Leave it, put away the TM41 in his pockets. That's like TM41, Hey, it's Torment. You hearing me? I won't let the other guy use the same move twice in a row, see? Hey, now, you listen here. I'm not laying a Torment on you. So this is the Dark-type move. Like he said, doesn't let you let anyone use the same move twice in a row. This can be useful when going up against Pokemon that have a type advantage against you, so they can't, hit you with the same hard-hitting attack twice. So that's pretty nice. We also have this place, Slateport Harbor. Nothing of note here yet. As you can see, SS Title is under construction in the shipyard. That will become relevant much later, but for now, nothing really of note there. So we're just going to head on down this way. And, oh, what's that? The Team Aqua line is gone. This happens as soon as you have talked to Doc, okay? Otherwise, you actually can't get in this building. But now that we have talked to Doc, we can. The Endless Sea sustains all life. Oceanic Museum. Let's head on in. So first things first, welcome to the Oceanic Museum. The entrance fee is $50. Yes, you have to pay it. You have no choice. You have to go in here. And you want to talk to this guy. No, not this guy. This guy. Huh. Hey, what are you doing here? Me? I'm the Team Aqua member you thumped before, remember? Yeah, I wear that badge proudly. Back in Rusturf Tunnel. Here, take this. You have to forgive me. And we've obtained TM46, which contains Thief. A TM suits you more than it does me. Hope I never see you again. Okay, so Thief is a move. It's a Dark-type move, which does make its special attack that has a chance of taking away whatever held item the opposing Pokemon has. This is useful in certain situations, but mostly for taking away items from Pokemon that you fight in battle, because many of them hold items. There is also a normal type variant of this called Covet that a Pokemon, none other than Zigzagoon, can eventually learn, that I think is actually much better, because it's a physical attack, and also Zigzagoon can make more use of it, and also makes sense because Zigzagoon is a very good HM slave. Thief, also being a special attack, isn't that good? You kind of get where I'm coming from with all that. Covet is just, I think, better, and I'm not going to be teaching Thief to any of my Pokemon. Let's head upstairs. Oh, man, I am talking at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but there's so much to discuss. Yes, if you're looking for Stern, that would be me. Oh, well, I'm glad you're not the commissioner of basketball anymore. Ah, those must be the parts I ordered from Mr. Stone of Devon. Thank you, that's great. We can prepare for our expedition now. Oh, geez. Hold it, we'll take those parts. Who are you people? We're Team Aqua. Our boss wants those parts. Shut your yap and fork them over. And instead they attack us, the kid, which, I don't know, just in any other context in any other game, just immediately approaching the kid for a fight rather than the full-grown adult just seems very mean-spirited and kind of terrifying when you really think about it. But anyways, now we're getting to see a Carvanha, which is more or less the staple Pokemon of Team Aqua as well. Its evolution, Sharpedo. Dark type and water type. Don't physically attack this thing. You don't want to do that, or at least directly attack this thing, I should say. Because if you do, it will actually hurt you back. It has an ability called Rough Skin that does, I think, 1/16 of your HP or something like that if it gets directly attacked. So, yeah, kind of a pain to deal with. Sharpedo, its evolution, also has the same ability, so just be wary of that. Try to keep your distance, and otherwise, it's a very easy Pokemon to deal with. And then we got Zubat, which is the one Pokemon that I really can't do a whole lot with Toothless, which is just wonderful. Okay, I am actually going to switch to Ghidorah for this, because Ghidorah can at least handle it, because now Zubat can't do anything to Ghidorah. Leech Life won't do jack, poison attacks won't do jack, flying attacks won't do jack. It's a perfect counter, honestly. Unfortunately, I don't have any rock-type moves, but Metal Claw will do. Oh, it does have Supersonic, though. Good thing that missed. I mean, it is only, what, 55% or something like that accuracy? Very, very bad. Yeah, whatever. Alright. So Ghidorah gets some good experience, and now it's Carvanha, so back to Toothless we go, because we have no way of really dealing with that with Ghidorah. Okay, you. Let's take this thing down. Gosh, I love their freaking teeth. They crack me up. Okay, I'm just going to use Absorb. Hopefully this will kill you. Maybe I should have used Bullet Seed. I don't freaking know. Don't press me on this. Okay, we did it. Whew! Good thing, too. And so Carvanha has fainted. And that's it. Team Aqua Grunts have been taken care of. Wonderful. Now what if we don't get the parts? We're in for it. I didn't count on being meddled with by some meddling kid. Metal. It's funny because my Aeron's a metal, you know, never mind. I came to see what was taking so long to snatch some parts, and you simps are held up by a mere child. We are Team Aqua, and we love the sea. I am Team Aqua's leader, Archie. Good rhyme, dude. What makes you interfere with us? No, you can't be. You're not one of Team Magma. Wait, that can't be right. You're not dressed for the part. And they can't be so smart as to change their clothes ever. That's impossible. Pokemon, people, all life depends on the sea. So Team Aqua is dedicated to the expansion of the sea. Don't you agree? Oh my goodness, dude, you're like a poet. What we are doing is a magnificent undertaking. Fine, you're still too young to understand our noble objective, but I warn you, don't even consider interfering with our plans again. The consequences will cost you dearly, and don't you forget it. Gosh, I'm so intimidated. Anyway, that was a tense situation. Thank you for saving us. Oh yes, I almost forgot that you even brought the parts from Devon. And we handed them over. I'm assuming this is for the boat. There's no time to lose. We have to sit on our ocean floor expedition really soon. Thanks again, but now I've got to go. Feel free to wander around and check out our facilities, though. Alright then, so that is it for that. And now we can get the heck on out of here. Nothing really else of note. I mean, you can look at the exhibits. They have little descriptors, but really nothing all that important. And, yeah, that's it, except for this jerk. Huh? Sure, I met you somewhere before. Have I introduced myself to you? If not, my name's Scott. I just saw Team Aqua run away from here like they were stung. Let me guess, you drove them away? Maybe, just maybe, this trainer. Alright, I think you're going to become a good friend, so let's register each other in our Pokénavs. And we registered the Scott person in the Pokénav. What I'd like to do is tag along with you, but I do want to keep an eye on the towns of other people too. So I'll be off to roam other towns a bit more. Be seeing you, Levi. All right, so now that we've talked to him, actually, even though we already visited the battle tent, if we were to go to battle tent now, heading on in, we get stopped. Oh, hey, if it isn't you, I just talked to you 2 seconds ago. Let me guess, you're going to take the battle tent challenge? Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a really great idea. After all, a tough trainer is a perfect fit for the battle tent. Give it your best effort. Yeah, I won't, but okay. So, yeah, I did things out of order, you know, in that regard, but now you know. Now you know that it's there. Okay, so now we can start heading up this way. And in doing so, we're actually going to get stopped right about here. Oh, Levi, imagine seeing you here. And where might my May be? Oh, I see. You two are running separately. Well, that's fine. Oh, yes, I heard your Pokénav had the match call system installed. Well, then I should register you in my Pokénav as well. That way, even when we're apart, I can rate your Pokédex anytime. As if I would ever want you to do that, but okay. Levi, please keep an eye out for my May. Well, I'd better get going. See you again. Alright, and he's off. Okay, so before we go any further, now that we've made it onto this new route, there are actually some new Pokemon that can be obtained, and I am going to be searching for one of them. Let's talk about some of the new Pokemon that can be obtained here. The first of which is actually this guy, as well as another one, Plusle and Minun. They are both little electric rodents. Minun is the more common one in this game. Plusle can be caught, but it is an incredibly low encounter rate. Minun is more defensive-based, and Plusle is more offensive-based. Now, the whole idea with them is that you're supposed to pair them up in double battles. They complement each other well with their ability, as well as with their moves that they can learn. They can learn things such as Helping Hand, they can, which boost the attack power of the other. Basically, that's really, it's just kind of a gimmicky thing. If you're going to be doing a lot of double battles, Minun and Plusle are pretty good. On their own, they're okay. I think the most notable thing about them is they are decent electric types, more so Plusle than Minun due to the offensive capabilities. But I think the most important thing, though, is they can actually learn a move called Metronome that you can get from Move Tutor much later on in the game. And as you can see right here, I am catching a Pokemon, because I encountered it a lot quicker than I was expecting to. We've caught ourselves an Electrike. Let's talk about this one next. Now, Electrike is, I think, the de facto electric Pokemon in this game. I'm going to be naming mine Raiju, which is after a mythical electric beast in Japanese folklore that, in fact, more so Manectric, its evolution, is based off of. So we're going to catch that, we're going to head back to the Pokemon Center, and I'm going to continue to talk about the Pokemon that can be caught here. So Electrike, Manectric, very basic electric type, capable of learning just any electric move you can throw at it, except for Thunder Punch. Very nice special attack stat, very nice speed stat, hits like a truck. I mean, honestly, very good glass cannon. You really can't go wrong with it. It's very similar to like getting Pikachu or Raichu in other generations. Just a very good Pokemon, although I guess I wouldn't say it's quite as strong. But it's about as good as you're going to do in this game. That said, you can catch Pikachu much later in this game, but it's so much later that it's almost pointless to do so at that point, and you probably should have a full team at that point. The other Pokemon that can be caught on this route is Gulpin, and Gulpin is a little poison type that is incredibly slow, but has pretty decent stats all the way around otherwise. Good poison type. I think it's the first decent poison type that you can get in this game, unless I'm trying to think. Can you catch Zubat earlier than that? I think actually I can't even remember, honestly. I can't even remember. But yeah, pretty decent poison type. It's really not all that special. It just has a very low speed, but kind of makes up for that in every other area. If you want a solid poison type, I guess it's an okay pick. I don't know, other poison types in this game I think I would pick first, such as Seviper, such as the Coughing line. I just think they're just a little bit more useful than, Gulpin, but hey, it's not terrible. Also, can you please not paralyze my Toothless, please? Thanks. I would appreciate that. So now we actually get to see Plusle and Minun in action, which is pretty cool. I mean, even though they don't really do all that much with them, because again, they're, pretty low level. They don't really have their entire movesets mapped out. And also, they like to use Helping Hand a lot, which, in fact, they use it so much that it's entirely useless, because using 2 Helping Hands has no effect. Fancy that. Alright, Minun, can you please go down so I only have to deal with one of you, and then that way I can negate you both? No? Okay, that's fine, I guess. Don't eat a berry. Don't eat an orange berry, you jerk. You absolute jerk. Okay, hold on. I'm going to heal Toothless. Well, actually, I shouldn't do that because then they'll just paralyze him again. Let's Bullet Seed you and Headbutt you. I think this should actually take care of the other Minun. Now, the funny thing is that Minun and Minun do not work well off of each other. Although they can learn moves like Helping Hand, their abilities clash. They don't actually have an effect on one another. That is one of the, I think, the biggest problem. You gotta be kidding me. I didn't kill it. Alright. That is the biggest problem with Plusle and Minun, is that they are inherently designed to work with one another. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Which is kind of problematic because, like I said, again, they just... If you don't waste 2 slots on getting both of these mediocre at best Pokemon, you're kind of screwed, and that's why they're not really all that worth getting. This applies to other Pokemon, not just Minun and Plusle. They kind of really tried to push for this in this game, which I didn't really kind of get I didn't really get why they needed to push for it so bad, but I'm actually not going to learn Screech. Even though it does greatly lower defenses, it's a pretty darn good move, but not really all that worth it for Toothless, because Toothless is a special-oriented Pokemon. Yeah, they tried to do this with one other set of Pokemon that we'll get into a little bit later, because we can't actually catch them yet. So, holy cow, all of this talking that I've been doing over this episode and the last has almost left me, like, lightheaded. There's been so many details I've had to go into, and goodness me. Okay, stop using Growl. This is actually taking, like, forever. Jeez. Can I please kill you? Please. No! I probably should be using Mud Slap, huh? That would make sense. I mean, it's not that strong. Gosh dang it, you! Ugh, I hate the paralysis. Now I gotta run back to the Pokemon Center right after this battle's done. It's a good thing I'm gonna be ending the episode, because my gosh. Get out of here, Minun. And get that level up, Ghidorah. Good job. Good job. Okay. Now we got Plusle to deal with. Blah, 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 blah. Let's use Bullet Seed again, Mud Slap this time, and stop using Growl. It's getting on my nerves. No! No! Don't be paralyzed. Goodness. I'm glad that Mud Slap at least lowers accuracy, so that might be a little bit helpful to us. Or not. Or you could quick attack the Steel Rock type, because that's probably a good idea. You know, not the other one, who's just sitting here not taking any damage at all whatsoever. Please go down. Please go down to this. Please go down. Yes! Okay, we're finally done with this battle. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. We are going to get added to the Pokemon by one of these trainers, but thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.